The leaf stitch, as you may have guessed by the name, is great for filling in leaves. It gives you this nice solid fill of color, while also having like a little bit of indent down that center line. So how do you make this stitch? We start by bringing our needle up from the back of the fabric, and we want to come up at the point that is the tippy top of our leaf here. If your leaf is connected to a stem, this is the point that's furthest away from the stem line. And then we gently tug so our knot is nice and flush with the back of the fabric. Now I'm going to make a straight stitch about 1/3 of the way down my center line here. So right there. And I gently tug so I have a nice straight stitch of thread. Now after this, I'm going to make diagonal stitches that go from the outer edge down a little lower along that center line. So I'm going to start on the right. You can start on either side, it doesn't matter. But I'm finding that outer edge of my leaf, pull my thread up, and then I just go a little lower along that center line. We don't want to go in the same spot because otherwise you'll get a weird fan of thread. So you can see I've done the right. Now I'm going to do the left. Find that outer edge that's right next to my straight stitch. Come on up. Oh, my thread's getting a little tangled on the back here. Come on up. And then I go down a little lower along that center line. Like so. And I just keep repeating, finding that outer edge. And then just going a little lower along that center line. We always alternate sides so you get that little indent in the middle here. Come on up. Just go a little lower. And I'll just keep filling in my leaf here. And you could use a variegated thread to add in some different colors. You can also change colors partway through. Maybe you just want the top section this like lovely bright pink red color, and then you wanted to switch to purple or something. You could do that too. There's no right or wrong when you add colors to your leaf stitch. But we always want to find that outer edge and then find our center line. Outer edge, center line. And sometimes your leaves might have funky wiggly edges on the outside, or have some sections that are much further away than others. We always just find that outer edge and then go back in. So some stitches might be longer or shorter than others, and that's okay. I like to keep my stitches very close together so you really get a solid filled in leaf. If you wanted more like space in between your stitches, you would just come up a little further away from the previous stitch along that outer edge. So you can see I'm coming up like right next to that stitch there. If I wanted more space, I would leave a little space in between that previous stitch. We'll just keep on filling in our leaf. And if you make any unintentional gaps, just go back and fill it in too. Not a problem. If your leaf overlaps with something else, or maybe is a little lopsided and one side is bigger than the other, when you get to the point after you filled in as much as you can on one side, you would just keep filling in that other side until it is all filled in. Almost done here. And as you can see, I'm kind of getting to the bottom and maybe have a little more to fill in along my leaf here. And that's okay. We are just going to find that outer edge. And when we get to the bottom here, we're just going to go back down in that same point along the bottom. And then same point again for that stitch. And there we go. There is our leaf stitch.